hope you liked that short intro. So in this week's video, I want to quickly recap the Sony Rooftop event we held a few weeks back. It was a lot of fun, and we're trying to do a lot more events like this, whether it be photo walks or full-on events with brands that we work with every day, so that the public can show up to, get to try new gear, and ultimately have a lot of fun with us. Let's get into a little bit of what went into it, from planning it to how it actually went. First, we held the event in Williamsburg, Brooklyn at the W Loft on their rooftop, which ended up being a perfect venue for the event because the sunset that night and the weather overall was tremendous. We had a nice space inside, which we designed, and then we had also access to their rooftop, which we set up a tent where Dani Diamond would be talking, and then also another area of the rooftop where Westcott set up a few continuous lights to get photos of that sunset with our models. The main attraction of the night obviously was working with Sony. They brought a huge lineup of lenses that anyone who got a ticket to the event could go and then rent out those lenses for free. I think they had everything from the 24 to 70, the 14G Master, 70 to 200 lenses. They really had a full-on lineup of lenses. And the best part was, if you came to the event, you got a free SD card in which you could shoot all night with and then take your favorite photo to where we had a printing station set up with S-Pen printers. We then printed out your favorite photo, and at the end of the night, a select few judges from Sony and Focus Camera picked our favorite 3 photos, with the #1 prize winning a brand new Sony a7 IV camera, their newest hybrid beast of a camera. That part of the night went extremely well. I'm super happy with how everyone's photos came out. We had a few models come and a few different setups, and it was really cool to see everyone's own take on how they could shoot those models with whatever gear they were using. We started setting up for the event super early in the day, getting the area really spruced up for it. I shot BTS for that as an excuse to maybe not do as many hands-on tasks, which worked out really well. The sunset coming in was really beautiful. I probably got way too much footage of this ice station being set up because it looked really pretty to me. We had a few sponsors at the event, which was awesome. One of them being Profoto and the other being Westcott, which allowed us to have 2 different lighting stations set up. Profoto had this really cool conceptual setup indoors with a backdrop. They had a really big spotlight as a hair light that had a really warm light to it, and then obviously a key strobe as well, and then brought this sort of really cool vape or gas maker to make this like smoky effect that people got to use, which I thought was really awesome. And they were really hands-on about helping people get the proper settings on the camera to really shoot the optimum photos they could. And then outdoors, they also had a strobe on a monopod, but we also had Westcott on the rooftop where Jim brought a couple continuous lights to sort of experiment so that multiple people could shoot at the same time with their continuous lighting. I have to put the name of the lights they brought in the description because I can't think of them right now. They were super small lights, but packed a really good punch, and it was sort of the perfect amount of light you would need to get that sunset properly exposed in the background while getting the skin tones on your subject perfect. I really loved the 2 light setup we had with Westcott, with the diffusion lamp on one of the lights and a grid box strip on the other. It was sort of the perfect on-the-go, small little setup that we could easily set up that was just excellent for that sunset look. Not only did we hire a few models who were just awesome for the event, they were so nice and chill and everyone got along really well, but it was really awesome to see the people who showed up just voluntarily modeling as well. Some people brought their own tube lights, some people brought their own strip lights. Some of them were RGB, which made some really cool effects. Lastly, Dani Diamond came through, who's worked with us in the past, and he gave an hour-long speech on just tips that he's learned over his years as being a professional photographer. And he also took a lot of audience questions, and that was just personally a great thing to hear, and I think a lot of people could learn a lot from him as a photographer. The event lasted all night. All sorts of characters stopped in. They got some food, they took some really awesome photos of the golden hour, into sunset, into blue hour. I think everyone overall had an awesome time. As a small brick and mortar shop in Brooklyn, we really hope to have more events like these in the future, including photo walks and these sort of bigger, more planned out events, so that you guys can join either live streaming on Instagram or hopefully in person, getting to test out the newest gear available, and getting to really just meet other photographers and videographers in the field. I've now been to a lot of these events, and we get our regulars, but then we also get new people coming. And seeing the regulars now for a year and a half at this point, it's really awesome to see those familiar faces, and then they mingle with everyone who's coming in new. And ultimately, it's a great time to have. So hoping to post more of these events in the future. I'll post our Eventbrite link below. And that was just our quick recap of our Sony Rooftop Event 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, leave a comment on your thoughts below. If you have any questions on our next events coming up in the future, leave that in the comments as well. Like our videos, and please subscribe to the channel for more like this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.